Okay, now I want to talk about a new topic. See here, I have a class Sony TV. I don't want anybody to create an object of Sony TV class. The purpose of Sony TV is only for inheritance. Somebody should be able to inherit it, but nobody should be able to create objects of Sony TV class. So we have to make the class as abstract. If you make the class as abstract, nobody will be able to create an object of this class. It is, what is its purpose then? If when you have a class and nobody can create an object, what is its purpose? So that it can be inherited. Generally we create classes for creating objects. Here the purpose of the Sony TV is only for inheritance, so that the same code can be reused, right? So whenever you don't want an object of your class to be created, you can make it abstract class. Okay, any doubts? Okay. Now I'll tell you a separate example right now. I want to create two utility classes. A class by using which I can read from a CD reader. I'll name the class as CD reader. By using that class, I will be able to read from a CD drive. And I want another class so that I can read DVD drive also. Right? I'll name it as DVD reader. Now I want to write two classes called as CD reader and DVD reader. Okay? So first I'll write the classes, then I'll explain you the concept. Now I'll write a new class called as CD reader. Here I will create a variable called private string file name, and I will create a constructor and here I will define a method called readCD, public void public int readCD. Okay, I am not interested in writing the code for readCD. See, I wrote this utility, right? And I gave this class to you, and I asked, if you want to read a CD, just create an object of CD reader. How to create an object of CD reader? You have to give the file path. Which is the file you want to read from the CD? Right? Create an object of CD reader and call readCD. See, readCD method is returning an int. I say, according to definition of this readCD, I am saying, if you want to read a CD, if you call readCD method first time, it will read 1 byte of data from the CD, from this file, whatever file. Second time if you call readCD again on same object, it will read second byte. Third time, third byte. And when end of the file is reached, I am saying it will return -1. So this is how I said. This is a documentation which I give along with my class. I wrote this utility and I gave this class to you. So then I want you to write a program, read from a CD, from any file. How do you write? You can write something like this. See here, I am creating a new class. Reader demo, and I'll take a main method here. See, I have a, let's assume that my D drive is a CD drive, and in my CD I have a file called x.avi, x.mp3 file. I want to read x.mp3 file present in my D drive, which is CD drive. So if I want to read that, I will write some code like this. First I will create an object of CD reader. Reader is equals to new CD reader. But that CD reader constructor requires a file name, the path of the file. So I'll give d:// say a movie name. Tell me a good movie name which you like. Troy. TROY. Troy.mp3. Suppose I want to read from this file. So I said I gave utility already. Assuming that there is some code. I didn't actually write the code here for read method. Read CD. Assuming that I have written the code for reading from CD drive. What I said, if you want to read, I asked you to call the method read CD. Reader dot read CD. It will return what? Int data is equals to. So now how many bytes did I read? 1 byte. I said read CD will read first byte for first time, second byte for second time. I read 1 byte. I said when end of file is reached, it will return -1, right? So here I am writing a loop while till what I should data not equals to -1 until data is equals to until data is not equals to -1. What I will do is I will just print it to console data, and again I will read the next byte of data. See this code? What I am doing? I create an object of CD reader. I read first byte. Is it end of byte? No. Print it. Read next byte. Again, is it end of file? Print it. Read next byte. So until the end of file is reached, this program will read and then print it to the console. Okay. You are wondering how can I print MP3 file to console? Let's assume it is txt file. Okay. Any doubts? So this is how I wrote a CD reader class. But now the challenge is I want to write some other class for reading DVD. I can write similarly. Okay, but again I want to write another method here. Public void print. I will write some code. If you call this method directly, it will print the contents of this file. Read method will read 1 byte, 1 byte, 1 byte. Print method will directly print the contents of this file to console. Assume that I have written some code. Okay. Now, once you understand this, I want to write another class called DVD reader. Similarly, a file which can read from DVD reader. Here I am assuming that here the code will be written for reading from a CD. Now for reading DVD the code might differ. So I want to write another class called DVD reader. Another new class DVD reader. See here I am just trying to make you understand some concepts. So that's why I am not writing code for read CD and all. So DVD reader again. Here also I will write file name, the file from which it has to read, and I will generate constructor. See, this is the simple constructor. Now I want to write a method called read DVD. Public int read DVD, and assume that there is some code. Return something. So I am writing this utility. Assume that there is some code for reading from DVD. So I am saying I am writing this code, I wrote this utility and I gave it to you, and I wanted you to use this DVD reader whenever you want to read from a DVD. How do you do? Same like we did for CD writer. Instead of creating an object of CD reader, we can create an object of DVD reader. I'll just comment it right now so that I can show you again. I can write like this: DVD reader is equals to new DVD reader, and the file name is again the same. Here the method is read DVD, right? Okay. The usage is looking almost similar. Other than calling read CD here, I am calling read DVD, right? Now in DVD reader also I want to write another method called print. Similar to whatever I had in DVD CD reader, I want to write another method called print here, which will actually print the contents of the file. So if I call this method directly on DVD reader, it will print the contents of the file, right? So the usage of this print method is almost same here. If you create CD reader object and call print, it will print the contents of the file. If you create an object of DVD reader and call print, it will print the contents of the file, right? Assuming that the code here in print method is same, whether to print from a CD or whether to print from a DVD, the code is same. Is it not redundant code, duplicate code? Assuming that print method is exactly same for CD reader class and also DVD reader, it is a duplicate code, right? To reduce duplicate code, what we have? To reuse the code, what we have? Inheritance, right? So whenever you find some duplicate code, it is always better to keep that common code inside a superclass, right? So now I understand, once I designed my classes DVD reader and CD reader like this, I understood that there is some duplicate code in both the classes. So whenever there is duplicate code, it is always a good practice to keep that common code inside a superclass. So now I will modify my code. I will write another class called reader. I am creating a new class called reader. So here what I will do is I will just cut here and paste it here. I found that print method is same for both. I defined the print method and I am deleting the print method from both the classes, right? Now I will make my CD reader to extend reader, and my DVD reader also should extend reader. See now what I achieved. I achieved reusability. The code is defined only, the common code is defined only in reader, okay, and my CD reader is inheriting reader, and my DVD reader also is inheriting reader. What was the problem if there is a duplicate code? If I don't inherit reader, let's assume that print method is present in DVD reader as well as CD reader. What was the problem? Tell me. Tomorrow, if I decide to change the logic of my print method, I have to change the logic in two classes, which is redundant, right? If I forget to change in one of the class, again the behavior will be different. But if now after inheriting, if I want to change the code of print method, I can change it only one place. The same code will be inherited by all the subclasses, right? So benefit of inheritance is to avoid redundant code or to reuse some code. You can use inheritance, right? But now tell me, is there any meaning for you if I am able to create an object of reader? Do you feel that there is any meaning? See, I define my reader class so that it can be inherited, right? If I allow somebody to create an object of reader, I don't think there is a meaning. So I can make it abstract. So the purpose of reader is only for inheritance. If I allow somebody to create an object of reader, I don't see any meaning. If I allow somebody to create an object of CD reader, they can understand, oh, this is a class for reading CD. If I allow somebody to create an object for DVD reader, you can understand, oh, this is a class for reading from DVD. But if I allow somebody to read from reader, there is no meaning. So I just made it abstract. The purpose of it is only for inheriting. Okay? Any doubts? See here, once I have seen my demo class, for reading from a CD, I have written this code, and for reading from DVD, I have written this code, right? But now what I want is, I want a common way of reading both, whether reading from a CD or whether reading from a DVD, the code should be same. The code should be same. See, if you buy a DVD writer, will it play CDs and DVDs both? Yes. So the interface for you just have to insert a CD or DVD inside it. It will take care of playing itself, right? So now, when I have written a code like this, the way to play CD is different and the way to play DVD is different, right? See here, I will write one method. I will write a method called public void read, and I will make this method to take reader. Reader is superclass of both, right? Reader is superclass of both. DVD reader is extending reader, CD reader. So I will be able to pass any object of DVD reader or CD reader here, CD reader here. Yes. Okay. Now I want to write some common code. If I pass DVD reader object here, the same code should read DVD. If I pass CD reader object here, the same code should read CD, right? But see here, what is the method for reading CD? Read CD is a method. And for read DVD? Read DVD is, so the method names are different, right? Instead of making these methods as read DVD and read CD, I can make this method as read. Okay? Read method. And now I'll just comment this code. See the read method. Now I should make it to read. Oh, but reader class, the super class, is it having a read method? Super class can point to subclass object. But when super class reference is pointing to subclass object, we can call only the methods present in super class or overridden methods. But read method is not present in superclass, so I cannot call it, right? So what I can do is, in my reader class, I can define public int read, a method with same signature. Now see the concept. I'm just slowly developing the concept. See, now I just wrote a dummy method. Here, this method is just dummy. Anyway, I am overriding the same method in CD reader. This is overriding, right? And also in DVD reader I am overriding, right? What is the purpose of this? Just a dummy method, so that I can override it. Now, as there is a read method in reader, I am calling read, right? Now see the scenario. If I pass DVD reader object here, reader is superclass of both CD reader, DVD reader. If I pass an object of DVD reader, reader.read will call which method? The method present in DVD reader. And again, anyway, that read method is returning a int. Logic is same. If I pass CD reader now, CD reader.read will call read method of CD. So whether to read from CD or whether to read from DVD, the code is same now, right? How is it? How did I make it possible? By defining a method with same signature in the superclass, right? Are you seeing the effect of runtime polymorphism right now? Reader object can point to either CD reader or DVD reader. At runtime only we will decide whether it is CD reader or DVD reader, right? And whenever you call reader.read, whether this read method will be called on CD reader or DVD reader is decided at runtime. This is a very good example of runtime polymorphism, right? But I am able to call read method on reader object because I made it to be present in here, right? Present here, right? Right? But is this method having any meaning here? CD reader.read, I have meaning. Oh, it is reading from a CD. DVD reader.read, I have meaning. It is reading from a DVD. But this method is just dummy, so that I can take advantage of runtime polymorphism, right? This method does not have any meaning. I don't want to give body for it. So if a method does not have any body, you can make it abstract. So you understood about abstract class, abstract method. A method which does not have any body is called as an abstract method. Okay? See, whenever you have an abstract method in a class, in subclass, you should implement it. You should implement it. If I don't implement, suppose if I delete it, see, compiler is giving an error. What is it saying? See the cursor. I keep cursor. The CD reader must implement inherited method reader.read. So if superclass is having one abstract method, the subclass should implement it. Otherwise, compiler will not agree. Right? So you had implemented it. Right? Any doubts? Now another concept. Same thing. What if I make this reader as non-abstract class? See, in this reader you have one abstract method. If there is one abstract method, is it meaningful if you allow somebody to create an object of reader? What if somebody creates, this is not abstract, somebody can create an object of reader, and if they call read method, what to execute? There is nothing different, there is no body, right? So the concept is here, if in a class at least one abstract method is there, then you have to make the class as abstract. Any doubts? Okay. And also what you understood, if there is one abstract method in superclass, subclasses should implement it, right? Tell me, is there any use of this abstract method? What if I can delete it? When I am not giving body for any method, why should I declare it first of all? If I delete it, in superclass there is no method called read. See here, if I delete it, in the reader demo, I am not able to call reader.read. read. I am not able to take advantage of runtime polymorphism. In superclass, at least read method is present, I will be able to call it. Right? So to take advantage of runtime polymorphism, I have a method of, I should define an abstract method, right? Any doubts? Okay. So that's about abstract class, abstract methods practically. Okay. And later I will just show you non-practically so that you will get the concept. Slowly, maybe it will. I know that it will be difficult for you to understand this concept in one step. That's why I made a video. You can go.